Okay, let's dive in. China's high-speed rail system. I mean, when you talk about major infrastructure projects globally, this one's kind of in a league of its own, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's not just on the list. It pretty much is the list. We're talking the world's longest, the busiest. It handles something like 2/3 of all high-speed rail travel on the planet.
2/3. That scale is just staggering. So today we're trying to break that down, make it navigable, especially for, anyone who's not a local expert.
Exactly. It's this incredibly efficient machine,
Yeah.
really built for speed. But as our sources point out pretty clearly, if you don't speak Chinese or you're not set up with local payment systems, well, you need a bit of a game plan.
Right.
So our mission here is to sort of weave together the key advice, those 7 essential tips we found, into a practical guide, from booking all the way to actually getting off the train at the other end.
And that speed factor, it's not just hype. They're aiming for, 38,000 kilometers of track by 2025? That's huge.
Yeah. It's massive. Nearly 23,600 miles. The goal is connecting basically every significant city, think 500,000 people or more.
And to put that speed into perspective for you listening, Beijing to Xi'an, similar distance to New York to Chicago, roughly. High-speed train does it in just 4.5 hours. The regular train, 11 hours.
That's a huge time saving. And often, the cost isn't that much different from the slower train, sometimes even cheaper than flying.
Right, about half the cost of flying, the sources suggested. Plus, you skip all the airport hassle.
Exactly. No need to show up hours early.
Yeah.
You could literally walk into the station maybe 20 minutes before departure. That efficiency is, well, the game changer for travel within China.
Incredible. Okay, so let's quickly cover the main types of trains you'll encounter. There's the G-class, right? The Gaudi.
Yeah, those are the top tier ones. Dedicated tracks, super fast, up to, 271 miles per hour or 350 kph.
Then you've got the D-class, the Dongshou. Still fast, but not as fast.
Right. They often share tracks with other trains, so they top out around 155 miles per hour, 250 kph. Still quick, though.
And then the intercity ones, the Chengji, for shorter regional hops.
But what's really fascinating looking ahead is the maglev technology they're testing.
Yes, the magnetic levitator.
Exactly. They're expecting speeds over 372 miles per hour. That's over 600 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
If that becomes widespread, I mean, you're talking train travel being genuinely faster door to door than flying on many routes. It could completely reshape things.
Wild to think about. But okay. Back to today's reality. Let's tackle the logistics. Tip number 1 seems basic but crucial. Passport.
Absolutely non-negotiable.
Right.
As a foreigner, you need your valid passport plus your Chinese visa, not just to get on the train, but often even to buy the ticket itself.
Everyone needs ID, right?
That's
Even Chinese citizens use their national IDs.
Correct. It's a tightly controlled system. Identity verification is standard procedure.
But buying the ticket.
Yeah.
This seems to be a major sticking point for visitors. If you don't read or speak Chinese or have things like Alipay set up.
Yeah, your options get limited fast. You can try buying at the station window, pay with cash, but expect challenges. The sources described it vividly, like speaking to the glass. Significant language barriers are common.
Okay, so station counter's tough. What about online? The official 12306 website or app?
That's probably even harder for most non-locals. Honestly, you need pretty fluent Chinese just to navigate the menus, let alone the ID verification steps. It's really built for the domestic user. Google Translate won't cut it.
So, if the counter's hard and the official site is basically impossible, what's the practical solution?
The clear recommendation from the sources, and probably the best advice for you listening, is use a travel agent.
Really? Go old school.
It sounds it, but yeah, it bypasses all that complexity.
Yeah.
You pay a small service fee, maybe $5 to $7 US, and they handle it. It's just easier.
Makes sense. And timing matters too, right? Tickets don't go on sale months in advance.
No, typically only about 28 days before travel. So you can't book super far ahead, and you need to be aware of that window, especially if you're traveling during busy times. Miss it, and you might be out of luck.
Which brings us neatly to tip number 4, avoiding those peak travel times. Holiday extremes, they called it.
Yeah, extremes is the right word. The system is efficient, but during major holidays, it's absolutely packed.
Like Chinese New Year.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Chinese Lunar New Year, that's usually Jan or Feb. Then there's the Labor Day break, around May 1st, often gets extended. And National Day, the first week of October.
So during those times,
forget easy travel. Trains are completely sold out way in advance. Stations are unbelievably crowded. Even locals struggle. You need to plan way ahead. Honestly, best avoided if you can help it.
good advice. Okay, so let's say you've got your ticket, you've avoided the holidays, you arrive at the station. Tip 5, security is serious business.
Very serious. Don't underestimate it. It's not like hopping on a commuter train in, say, Europe or the U.S. It's more like airport security.
Full ID check again, bag scanning.
Every time. No exceptions. They are thorough. And the list of prohibited items has some perhaps surprising things on it.
Yeah, beyond the obvious like weapons or explosives, I saw live animals are a no-go, unless it's a guide dog.
Right. But also, interestingly, anything with a really strong, unpleasant smell.
Seriously, like stinky tofu.
Potentially. It's about passenger comfort on what can be a long journey in close quarters. Also, certain electronic devices that security isn't familiar with might get flagged. They're very protective of the train's signaling systems.
High tech means high sensitivity, I guess, and even small things are restricted.
Very specific limits, like only 2 small boxes of matches, 2 regular lighters, aerosols, hairspray, deodorant capped at 120 milliliters, about 4 ounces.
And they might ask you to taste your water?
Yep. Standard procedure. Open your water bottle, take a sip. Just shows it is what it says it is.
Okay. Security cleared. Now, luggage. This connects back, doesn't it? There are limits.
There are. Officially, it's 20 kilograms, which is about 44 pounds. And size-wise, the total dimensions shouldn't exceed 130 centimeters. Think a standard 24-inch suitcase, maybe slightly smaller, is a safe bet.
And the really crucial point here, something maybe travelers don't expect. No checked baggage, right?
Correct. There's no consignment service like on airlines. You can't check your big suitcase through to your destination. Whatever you bring, you personally have to carry onto the train.
Which leads to a practical problem highlighted in the sources, the stations themselves.
Exactly. These stations are often enormous multi-level complexes, and you've got your 44-pound bag.
And the escalators might be broken or only go down.
It happens more often than you'd think. So you might find yourself having to physically carry that heavy bag up multiple flights of stairs to get to your platform. Something to definitely factor in when you're packing light. Less is more here.
Good practical tip. Okay, so you've wrestled the bag upstairs, you're on the platform. Let's talk comfort on the train itself. Tip number 2 was upgrade for comfort.
Yes, especially if you're going any significant distance. The sources really emphasize this. The price difference between second class and first class might be surprisingly small.
But the experience is very different.
Hugely different. Second class is functional, it's clean, but it's tight. It's usually a 2+3 seating layout, 5 seats across the width of the car.
Like airline economy, but maybe even less legroom.
Sources suggest maybe even a bit less, yeah. And it's definitely the most crowded, usually the noisiest part of the train.
Okay, so first class.
That's a step up. It's a 2+2 configuration. So immediately, no middle seat, more shoulder room, more leg room.
Yeah.
Just generally a calmer, more spacious feel.
And then there's business class.
That's the top tier. Often compares very favorably to airline business class. Maybe even better. Usually it's a 1+2 layout.
So 1 seat, aisle, 2 seats.
Exactly. Very wide, comfortable seats, often reclining significantly. Better service, sometimes meals included, dedicated attendants. Quieter atmosphere. For a long trip, that extra cost can buy a lot of comfort and sanity.
Makes sense why upgrading is recommended. This links to tip 3. Always expect crowds.
Yeah, because the system is so popular and efficient, the trains, especially the high-speed G&D trains, are almost always running full or very close to it. Don't expect empty seats.
And if it's fully booked, they sell standing tickets.
They do. This is the big warning. If all the seats are sold, they'll still sell standing-only tickets. And that means exactly what it sounds like.
You don't get a seat at all.
Nope. You might be crammed into the vestibule area between carriages or standing in the aisle, potentially for hours. 3, 4, 5 hours standing. Not pleasant.
So booking first or business isn't just about comfort. It's about guaranteeing you actually get a seat.
Pretty much. It's the only way to be absolutely sure you won't be standing.
Okay, fast forward to boarding. Train pulls in, maybe only stops for a couple of minutes. This is where tip 6 comes in. Finding your spot quickly.
This can be surprisingly stressful, especially at intermediate stations. The key is your ticket. It shows your car number, obviously, but the crucial detail is often a color code.
A color code, like green car 8.
Exactly. And this code might only be written in Chinese characters on the ticket. There are usually corresponding color markers or signs on the platform showing where each color-coded section of the train will stop.
Ah, I see. So if you misread that or can't find your color spot quickly,
you could end up way down the platform from where your assigned car door opens. And then you've got maybe 90 seconds to fight your way through potentially packed train cars, dragging your luggage to find your actual seat. Not fun.
Definitely want to avoid that.
Yep.
So preparation is key. Know your car, know your color, be waiting at the right spot before the train even arrives.
Precisely. Which leads smoothly into the final tip, number 7, etiquette essentials.
Basic politeness, but important in crowded spaces, right?
Absolutely. Simple things. Wait behind the marked lines on the platform. Don't crowd the doors. Critically, always let people get off the train completely before you try to board.
Common courtesy, but easy to forget in a rush.
Then, once you're on board, find your assigned seat and sit down promptly. Don't block the aisles storing luggage or chatting.
And hold on to that ticket.
Yes. Keep it handy. Conductors will likely check it during the journey, and crucially, you usually need it to exit the station at your destination. Often there are automated exit gates that scan your ticket.
Ah, okay. Good to know. And the big one, smoking.
Absolutely forbidden. Strictly no smoking anywhere on the high-speed trains, including the bathrooms or vestibules. The trains have sensitive smoke detectors, and penalties can be quite severe. They take it very seriously.
Okay, so summing up, it sounds like this amazing, super modern system, but with quite a few logistical hurdles, especially for non-Chinese speaking visitors.
That's a fair assessment. The contrast is interesting. The system itself, incredibly safe, carries millions daily, very reliable for the most part. And as you mentioned earlier, it's a fantastic way to actually see the country, the magnificent countryside, as one source put it, which you miss completely from a plane.
So the big takeaway for you, the listener, preparation is everything.
Totally. Book well in advance. Ideally, use an agent. Have your passport ready always. Comply fully with the security checks. Pack light. Know the luggage rules. And seriously, consider upcoating your seat for comfort and, well, just to guarantee you get one.
And here's that final thought we like to leave you with. Think about that maglev potential. If those trains really do hit 600 kilometers per hour, making train journeys faster than flights for many domestic routes, how does that change things?
Yeah, how does that fundamentally alter travel, business, maybe even where people choose to live, first in China, and maybe as a model for elsewhere? It really sets a new bar for national connectivity.
Something to definitely ponder. We've been digging into what it means to live life as a global citizen today, looking through the lens of China's incredible rail network. A lot of the insights and tips we discussed came from the great work by the team at A Bus on a Dusty Road.
They really know their stuff when it comes to navigating these kinds of travel experiences.
Absolutely. And if you want to explore more about travel, expat life, and global culture, we definitely recommend checking out their blog, which is A Bus on a Dusty Road. Loads of great content there.
They also have a monthly newsletter you can sign up for. It keeps you plugged into their community and latest updates.
And they've got some great videos over on their YouTube channel, also called A Bus on a Dusty Road. Plus, they have their own podcast, too. It's called Dusty Roads, available wherever you get your podcasts. Lots of ways to connect.
So definitely check them out. And thank you for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one.